by A times K squared. Here we discuss perspectives to experiment with so we can self-empower through self-discovery or empower. I'm delighted you're here. Episode 1: Unplug. Not all losses are losses. Today we're going to be exploring the concept of losses. It could be a loss at anything: psychological, physical, financial, or spiritual, or the loss of a critical relationship, romantic or otherwise, or friendship that you thought would last forever but didn't. Losses, they really get to us, don't they? They cloud our vision and bring us down to our knees in desperation. Feels like it's all over. Is it? Come explore a new perspective with me. Part 1: Worse with a V. Not all losses are losses. Some losses are victories disguised as losses. It's best in the moment to not judge what has happened. Sometimes what you think to be the best thing can turn out to be the worst over time, and vice versa. So before you bemoan an event and declare it a loss, give life time to show you what it really is. For all you know, it may be a blessing in disguise. Just you wait. Let life reveal its magic through time. But what if you find out in the end that it was indeed a loss? Celebrate what you had before you lost it, and resolve to do what it takes to protect that which you value better. Part 2: Inventure or internal adventure. Make a list of the top 10 things you consider as losses in your life to date. Order them in terms of significance. For example, what you consider your biggest loss will be 1, and your smallest loss will be 10. Pick the loss you've ranked 7 or 8. Now think of 10 reasons that are acceptable to you for why it's not a loss or not as much of a loss as you'd initially ranked it. Part 3: Empower or self-empower through self-discovery. What does this look like? Let's say you lost financially. It could be that you learned financial prudence. You invest better now. Or if it's a romantic relationship, you might realize they weren't as perfect as you thought they were. You're only idolizing them because they left you. At the heart of it, you knew all along it wasn't going to work out, or that you were incompatible at the time in ways that couldn't be fixed. But what if you lost the one? Well, when you meet the next one, you'll treat them better, and they might decide to stay. You feel me? If you didn't learn anything, all the more reason to simply start learning. What can you do now that will prevent or mitigate the same loss from affecting you again? And if it still manages to, how can you bounce back? Part 4: Hacks. If you're going to continue with this podcast, buy yourself a nice notebook and start writing. Before you know it, you'll have so much clarity. If you'd like to keep this notebook under lock and key, be my guest. Pen and paper, not digital notes. Starting higher. You can, of course, start at one you ranked higher. The problem with that, you might not get to the objective of feeling better about losses. Start small. We have a long way to go. You'll get there in time. For more ideas like this, I invite you to check out my website www.atimesksquared.com. bemoan.com. You heard that right. The link is in the bio. Part 5, Disclaimer. You've just heard my personal perspectives on life and any wisdom I'm processing from it. It's not intended to substitute any psychological or other expert advice a qualified professional gives. When I took responsibility for myself, I could transform my life into what I wanted it to be about. So, I say it with great joy. You are responsible for your choices, actions, and results. Did you let them convince you that being responsible is a bad thing? Will you give me a chance to present an alternative perspective? Until next time, be what you need most for yourself in the moment. I'll catch you in the next episode. Adios.